Hey, Amplify Daily number 48, campaign recap of the YouTube Cash course launch. So, the question for today is why a live event? We could have done this event as an online event, just a webinar. Why do we choose to do a live event? And what does that live event ticket purchase do for us? So let me walk y'all through this real quick. When it boils down to it, what we're doing is we're creating a dynamic where Whitney's actually getting paid thousands of dollars to show up in a room of people who can't wait to meet her and deliver a program content to that room live while cameras roll. Instead of her sitting in front of her camera for 10 hours with no to low energy, we transform the narrative and we're putting Whitney in front of people for 10 hours. Now, that totally changes the way that her energy comes across, obviously, because she's delivering to a live room. It also gives us some really dynamic, high end video footage for the course curriculum, which is important. And this is also going to give us tons of behind the scenes footage. We'll be able to use that for filling up social media, her timeline to promote that program. And it's also going to put a handful of buyers right there in the room in an environment that is naturally going to be transformative because that's what you get inside of a curated, very intimate small group session. And that creates the perfect dynamic to grab a dozen or more testimonial videos in real time directly from those people who are going to be in attendance. And we can use those to effectively promote the course to a wider audience across social media with paid ads if we should decide to do that. And we're also going to continue to amplify the good gospel organically. So the thing to remember about this particular type of structure is this course, the skeleton outline for this course is created in detail, but this course is not created. This course is a narrative as of right now, and we are pre-selling this course and all assets associated with it. The live event ticket is a valuable ticket because Whitney's going to show up and deliver the goods. She is a legit expert in this. She has a number of videos stuck in the search results on excellent keywords, and she gets paid every single month, tens of thousands of dollars without having to do new work. So this is a very valuable ticket, but we are pre-selling this program and doing it in a live event format. If you really get underneath the narrative, day one took care of the whole thing. So we ended up doing somewhere around 5 grand in sales on day one, which is, honestly, pretty low for a campaign like this from my perspective. Now, big picture, Whitney's got a few hundred people who were paying attention to that launch. She had a couple hundred people in the group, and I have, I guess, about 12 or so, 10, 12 people who purchase that event on day one. That's fine. That gives us our live room. That's really all we care about is the event is now paid for. Whitney's getting paid to show up and record. And we still have an additional 14 days left. Is that right? 14 days? Yeah, we still have an additional 14 days left in the campaign. Day one is really all about just getting some quick wins, getting some social proof, and getting a little bit of money through the door. And now we are positioned and framed to be able to use that day one narrative for the rest of the launch. Everybody who didn't get what the people got on day one is actually going to, as the campaign goes on further and further, and Whitney continues to drip evidence and social proof every single day, more and more profits, more and more, this is how I did it, more and more you can do it too, sharing inside the group the social proof and the evidence, the screenshots of all these different streams of revenue, and then following up inside of the email campaigns every single day with an authentic, vulnerable story about the basics. Don't worry about getting to $15,000. Can you get to $1,000? Does that seem like it's logical if you're learning from somebody who does not fancy themselves to be good on camera, needs to script everything, feels like she has a lazy eye, doesn't enjoy the way she looks and sounds on camera, doesn't enjoy the process, but follows a very technical process and gets paid for it? Can you just follow the process? And even if you didn't make $15,000, Would 500, would 1,000 make a difference? That's the narrative every single day, making it a very approachable, reachable goal for the people who are watching. And as we get closer and closer to the event, it's going to feel like, man, why didn't I take advantage of that $497 offer? I could have gotten a $2,000 additional course. I could have gotten a year worth of membership. So we want people regretting that decision the entire time. We don't want them thinking about just whether or not they want to buy. We want to juxtapose their thought about buying, against having already lost something. Because if you followed any of what I've shared before, you know that human beings are most motivated by what we have to lose, not what we have to gain. No matter how much you may think so, we are much more excited to move about things that are in our possession or within our reach that we are going to lose more than what there is to gain. So all we did is we cemented the fact that there is something to lose. Day one of the campaign anchors the fact that our deadlines are real, anchors the fact that this was an amazing offer and you already lost something. Do you want to lose something again? And so we're going to give them an opportunity when it gets closer to the event to lose something again. The discount is still good. It was $1,300 on day one. Now it's $1,000, but that is still a significant discount. So we drop it just enough where it's painful, and we take away that free $2,000 course that came with it. We take away some of the bonus stuff, but the deal is still good enough where when we get to our second deadline, now we've demonstrated that we are not playing. And that's what's important about having that day one where they fall off that cliff. The majority of people are not going to buy on day one. If you have a fantastic day one, that's great. But really, the rest of the campaign that comes after day one is where you make your money, because you've taught a lesson on day one to everyone who thought that this was going to be another campaign just like everybody else's, where you pretend like there's a deadline, but there's not really. If I just shoot an email the next morning and say, oh, I missed it, can I get in? No, you can't. We got another offer for you. I hope you don't miss this one. So that was Amplify Daily day number 48. That is why we start this with a live event, to be able to take advantage of all the things that come with a live event and get this thing recorded basically at no cost to us, because people have prepaid for the event. Y'all have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.